Hey guys, Jackdaw here with a most exciting early review of Dragon Age Tevinter Nights. I want to thank Titan Books, a UK-based independent book genre publisher, for reaching out and distributing an early press copy of Tevinter Nights to me. Specifically, Julia Bradley, the press assistant at Titan Books. It's been my YouTube dream to receive any Dragon Age material early, and now I can consider this dream fulfilled, so thank you so much again. With the tightest lips possible that I can muster, let's get straight into this because I am dying to talk about this book. It is so good. I won't be delving into any heavy spoilers in this video, so you don't need to worry about that. But you can bet I've already got videos lined up breaking down these stories because there's so much going on and it's really hard not to talk about it. For those who don't know, Dragon Age Tevinter Nights brings you 15 brand new tales of adventure featuring faces both old and new throughout Thedas. The book is a total of 507 pages, and just like Cullen's rabid addiction to lyrium, I was hooked to each page of this novel. I was so hesitant to finish this book that it took me an entire week to reach the last page. And yes, even though I got it 2 weeks early, I didn't want my time in Thedas to end just yet. But alas, here I am gathering my thoughts to you. To any Dragon Age fan remotely interested in the future of Dragon Age's narrative, Tevinter Nights is a necessity, a worthy read, and an incredibly joyous experience of Dragon Age ecstasy. The book is a springboard for many future plot threads, with so many different stories ranging from wardens to treasure hunters, from werewolves to the Dread Wolf to even the executors, and so much more. Touching upon something that I noticed this book does that I found very significant is that each story felt like a return to true dark fantasy storytelling. There are plenty of frightening stories, horrifying creatures, dark magic rituals, and sheer moral ambiguity in complex situations. This book is dark, and I love it for that, because that's what Dragon Age is to me. It's gritty and complex, all while being somewhat charming. Tevinter Nights truly capitalizes that feeling. It is authentic to the material, and in these tales we delve into many significant and otherwise deeply interesting perspectives across Thedas, adding and expanding on so many aspects, whether it be world building throughout the Tevinter Imperium or it be fleshing out a major faction. There is so much to explore in this novel, and because of that it's very hard to pinpoint just one important element of this book, because there's so much it brings to the already expanding universe of Dragon Age. We have new characters, factions, enemies, mysteries, and plenty of future plot potential for each of them. However, if I have to say what I thought was the biggest element of this book, it's got to be how it evolves and builds up our new adversary in a most terrifying and extremely intriguing way. We learn plenty going forward, and that's something that I will let you discover for yourself. I will be talking all about that in my next video, but this book deserves to be read, so for Andraste's sake, go and read it. You're doing yourself a disservice if you are not experiencing these stories for yourself. With the novel encasing 15 self-contained stories, you can read them in any order to your liking, and that's one of the best things about this book being anthological. You can take a chance, flick through the pages, choosing a title at random, and be completely enraptured by the following pages. There is no right or wrong way to read this book. It's to your own accord. However, if you're unsure about what stories appeal to you most, or if you should just stick to the structure that the book is already in, I'm going to give a quick summary of each story so you can get a taste of what they're like and which ones you would like to read first. Now, if you would not like to hear any plot descriptions on the stories within this novel, then skip to the following timestamp for my final thoughts. But following the book order, we have 3 Trees to Midnight by Patrick Weeks, which involved 2 slaves from Ventus captured by the Qunari since the destruction of the city, planning on their own escape. Then we have Down Among the Dead Men by Sylvia Feketekuty. A guardsman and a Mortality mage embark on a grand journey exploring the Grand Necropolis crypts to investigate a pride demon's possession. The Horror of Hallmark is next by John Epler. 2 Grey Wardens are awaiting the arrival of senior wardens as their expedition in the Deep Roads goes awry, followed by Callback by Lukas Kristjanson. A small group of Inquisition agents revisit a prominent location after hearing strange reports. Then we go to Look in the Gardens, once more by Sylvia Feketekuty. A Raveni treasure hunter looking for jobs in Mamrathis takes on a quest by Magisters to hunt and find a legendary monster lurking in the gardens. Up next is Hunger by Brianne Battye. Southern Grey Wardens heading to Fortress Whiteout to stop at a nearby haunted village where a curse has plagued the villagers. Then Murder by Death Mages by Caitlin Sullivan Kelly. On behalf of the Inquisition, Immortal Tassi Mage is sent to Navarra's Grand Necropolis in search of a murderer. The Streets of Manrathus is next, once more by Brianne Battye. A private investigator in the city of Manrathus is uncovering murders linked to the Venatori. On to The Wigmaker Job by Courtney Woods, in which two related crows take a contract from their grandmother to kill an ominous target in Tevinter. Then we go to Genevieve Dies in the End by Lukas Kristjanson. Many of Thedas' best scholars band together to find ancient knowledge on the Elven Empire. Following that we have Herald Had the Plan by Ryan Cormier. Raverni treasure hunters embark on a heist at Starkhaven's Grand Tourney as they attempt to take a daring escape through the Free Marches with their riches. Followed next is An Old Crow's Old Tricks by Arone the Bray. An Antivan crow is hired by a group to hunt and kill suspected targets in the outskirts of Tevinter. Followed by Eight Little Talons, once more by Courtney Woods. The leaders of the Antivan crows come together to discuss the Qunari invasion across their homeland when chaos erupts within the group. Followed by Half Up Front by John Epler. A wayward Altus thief is hired to steal a religious artifact from Imrathus' Archon's palace in the hopes of a better future for herself and her beloved. And then finally we have The Dreadwolf Take You by Patrick Weeks. Key factions of Thedas gather together to discuss and share knowledge of a most distinguished rival who threatens to destroy all of Thedas for their own prideful purposes. And that brings an end to the list. Now, disregarding The Dreadwolf Take You from my personal favourites, it is really hard to say what I liked the most because there's so many different stories and each are uniquely different, but I very much thoroughly enjoyed Luck in the Garden, Half Up Front, The Streets of Manrathus and Murder by Death Mages. Now, as much as I love Patrick Weeks and John Epler's writing styles within Tevinter Nights, I have to give my own credit to Sylvia Feketekuty's incredible characterisation and environmental storytelling. I found both of her stories to be very enchanting and phenomenal reading sessions. And yes, that is very much a feeling that we mutually share with each writer in each story within this novel. I just wanted to give Sylvia some credit here. But to summarise, Tevinter Nights is a perfectly delightful slice of Thedas in this very dry season of waiting and wanting the next Dragon Age installment. Reading this novel only makes me even more excited for the future. With so much in the air going forward, this novel has clearly been made with the intention of shaping you all up and pointing you in the right direction of Dragon Age 4. So if you're invested or at least somewhat interested in that future, you should immediately go and consume everything this book contains. Mark my words, you will not regret it. But with that, that'll do it for me on my spoiler-free review of Tevinter Nights. For all your things Dragon Age, you're already in the right place. I've already got my next video ready breaking down key aspects of Tevinter Nights. So once you've read the book for yourself, be sure to check that one out. But until the next one, I've been Jackdaw. Be sure to check out my Instagram, my Patreon. Let me know what you thought about Tevinter Nights. But I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.